Hello everybody, this is Adam, this is Southend Guy Paranormal, back with you again for the Monday vlog. I do apologise. I didn't do it Monday because I had a blonde moment. I'd left my bike keys somewhere and I had to do a wild goose chase to get them back, and I got home a lot later than usual, and I just plain forgot yesterday. I suppose dealing with the other bits has kind of fogged my head a bit, I suppose. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. I will point out again, as I've done the last couple of weeks, normal service will be resumed very soon. I've had some personal issues to deal with. Hopefully we are drawing to some sort of conclusion on that. I'll get to that momentarily. But as I say, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe, give us a like, comment on my videos, hit the notification bell. It all helps drive the old YouTube algorithms and pushes my channel up a bit. So yeah, I forgot my key Monday, and I had this wild goose chase to go and get it back, which consequently got me home a lot later than I should have been. So that was fun. Yeah, regarding obviously the current situation, many of you are aware of my stepdad. We have got a funeral day. It's going to be Monday the 20th. It should be a couple of weeks, well, 2.5 weeks time. I mean, you would call it strange. I don't see coincidence in anything anymore. Things happen for a reason. But I had 1 day's holiday left, and after this Friday, my pub in Putney that I do my karaoke for, they're going to be shut for a couple of weeks for a refit, so I won't be working the Friday nights. I have 1 day's holiday left, and thinking, well, I do 4 days a week for the car scheme. Obviously I do my Thursday night with the pub in Brentwood, so I sort of have my weekends to myself. And I thought, well, if I've got the 1 day's holiday left, I'll take off Monday the 20th and make a long weekend of it. And of course then the funeral got set for the 20th, so yeah, you know, forces work in mysterious ways. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, my stepdad's funeral will be on the Monday the 20th. To say goodbyes to him. You know, he's back with, you know, he's with his mum and with his mum and stuff. So I know he passed. I know he crossed over with no problems. As some of you know, I've been looking after the cat as best I can whilst he was in hospital, and even when he'd come out, and because he was, you know, in a weakened state, you know, he couldn't deal with doing the cat litter tray and that sort of thing. So, you know, I've been doing all that. It was on top of me of Kevin passing. The other issue, you know, was causing some stress for me is finding a home for a 15-year-old cat that I'd personally got as a kitten when I was living in Kent. And when I moved back to Essex from Kent, I couldn't keep him with me because of the accommodation I was going into. So my mum and stepdad took him, and obviously had him all that time from 2009 up until this year. So trying to rehome a 15-year-old cat was always going to be an issue, because he's, you know, he's a senior moggy. Eventually we did do it. He's gone to a new home on Friday. Is a friend of Kevin's that took him. A big shout out to Emma for helping me give him some flea treatment. I've still got the scars are healing up now, but cats and water don't mix very well, as I know some of you cat owners might know. He was better than some cats, I'll give him that. I don't think he deliberately clawed me, but nevertheless I still got clawed. But yeah, you know, he's been, I've given him some worming. We've done the fleaing and all that, and yeah, he's gone to a new home. He's apparently settling in fine, so that's a big weight off my mind, knowing that, you know, my Moggy's going to see out his last whatever years he's got in him in comfort rather than sitting in a cat home. So that's a big plus for myself. And we've got that to do, and just sort of clean up the effects. I've got to take my mum's, like some personal stuff that my mum's will be coming back home with me. It's going to be strange going forward from there once that's, we've got closure on that. As I've spent the brunt of my Christmases over the last good few many years with my mum. It's going to be a strange one this year. I really don't know what I'm going to be doing. But anyway, that's for another day. So that's where I'm at. Now, what did the weekend bring? Well, it was quite it was a positive weekend, actually, all told. Saturday night I spent being crew again for Ghost Hunter Tours. I will talk more in depth, I think, about Ghost Hunter Tours and how they work and what I do as a crew member on another day. I think I can't really do it today because I'm on my way to Bristol. I will talk more in depth about it. And this one was what's called a Ghost Hunter Tours Pro Night, and it was in Guildhall in Sandwich, which is near Dover. And funny enough, when I lived in Kent, I'd done some shifts around that area, so sort of a little bit familiar with it, but obviously not been there for roughly about a decade now. So my memory's a little bit rusty, particularly at night, and the heavy rain that we had as well turned a lot of it into a swimming pool. Anyway, I digress. This place is called Guildhall, and it's a Sandwich, and it's got a very colourful history. I'm not going to go into it now, but it's a 16th century was when it was built. Elizabeth I, I believe, herself went there, and say it's had a very colourful history, this place. So anyway, the Ghost Hunter Tours Pro Night is a bit different to, or how that one works anyway, it's different to the regular nights that I've done. The nights that I've generally done are sort of quite structured. Let's say, for example, that hall, which he did actually, was on sort of three, let's say that hall was on 3 floors, which it kind of was, hard to remember now. And you'd have 20 guests, there'd be, 6 crew members, and what you do, you'd split down into 2 crew members who would then take a third of that whole group. So if there's 21 paid guests that come in, you'd have a group of 7 each, that kind of thing. Alright, and then I'd probably go upstairs first with one group of 7 for 50 minutes or whatever. We'd do a vigil up there, then we'd swap around. I'll go down to the next floor, I'd then take a different group, and so on. So you get the picture. So each party gets to experience different parts of the haunted building, and every one of us crew members does things differently. Although obviously I'm sensitive myself, I work with a lot of tech, doing the Estes and all the gadgets and the various apps I use and that sort of thing. So I'm very much on the tech side of it, whereas others might use a spirit board, do table tipping. So people get a full rounded experience, or full rounded paranormal experience when we visit these places. As I say, it's quite the regular Ghost Hunter nights are generally quite structured. With the pro night that we done on Saturday, it was quite different. The whole lot of us, the whole group of us, went into one part of the building, and we set up a bunch of gadgets in that room. We'd done various things during the session, doing call outs and things, and there was no sort of set time as to how long we'd been down there. It was basically a case of we'll stay down there until maybe the responses we get dies off, or until we move some, we feel the urge to move somewhere else. So it's a lot more fluid, and we stop for a break. So that's kind of what we've done, and then we'd done some of that, stopped for a break, and then we was up on the mayor's office on the sort of first floor bit to begin with, and we then went down to the bottom floor to go in the courtroom for the second session, and they'd sort of split off into smaller groups in there doing spirit board and stuff. I wanted to go for the Estes with some people. I helped a young lady get in touch with using dowsing rods, so that it's those kind of things you do as a crew member. You show people how different things work and get them to work on their own abilities and things, which that in itself is a good thing. So anyway, it was downstairs, and there was a small group that broke off and said, like, can we go back upstairs? Because we want a bit of a quieter area, because it's quite a fluid night, the pro night. We was able to do that, and I, as a crew member, I could take them up there and do that. So that's what we did. But we didn't go back to the room that we was in. I kept getting drawn to another room, which was, there was nothing really in there, but all it was getting was a lot of traffic, as we was going to other parts of the building. No one was really stopping there. Well, I kept getting drawn there. So myself, Rudy, Gloria was with us this time, went into this room, put a chair down. We'd done the Estes. We got some interesting responses through that again, and the thing that happened in there was, when we were in the mayor's room first of all, and was doing the call outs and that, I was getting some feelings on my left shoulder, and it felt like someone had pinched my bottom as well. I was trying to nick the packet that was sitting in there. So I've done my call out, and there was a lady with us, Kathy. She was the same lady that was at the King's Hall. She was the medium that was there when the lights were going off, and she had the same experiences, and a couple of the guests had felt there was kind of a witch vibe in there. There've been basically people tried as witches come through there. Kathy had picked up on that. She picked up on the mother and daughter, and we kept talking about this witches thing. Of course, I've piped up and said, look, in my experience, when I've gone into areas that are synonymous with witches, I've found that they're not keen on that term. They were and are healers. It's just that their methods were unrecognised, and because they did what they did, they were called out as witches when they were nothing of the sort. And of course, a lot of them were put to death. But this particular one was extremely tragic because, as I said, Kathy had picked up on a mother and daughter, and the daughter was tried as a witch because her mum was a witch, and it was deemed that, if the mum must be one, and so must the daughter, so they put the daughter to death. It's just unthinkable. Well, I knew what happened. We was getting cold spots in that room, and I felt particularly cold around my legs, it's like, I think the girl's come over to me. I think she's looking for protection. That's how it felt. Now, it was an unusual. Why are you doing 40, mate? Seriously, on the M4 you're doing 40 mile an hour. No, it's an unusual experience for me because I don't normally get children come to me, let alone a female child, you know, a little girl. But she did, and I got the feeling she come to me for protection, which is, you know, I have very strong protective power, if you want to call it that, I suppose. So yeah, that was it. And anyway, when we gone upstairs, once we done the Estes thing, and the group that I had with me wanted to do something else. I do have one, but I haven't used it. Whether I will or not, I will never know. At present, I would say I wouldn't, but I would probably take it with me for another tours night, and guests can use it. It's under the conditions that we used them in the tour nights are a lot different to someone mucking about with one in in their bedroom or what have you. They're under controlled conditions, making sure we open and close the sessions properly, which is what a lot of people don't do when they're mucking about with them, hence why they get problems. Anyways, by the way, I didn't have a spirit board with me, but I did have my table, and I did bring a glass out with me this time, and I've used the glass thing before, as you've seen when we was having that little get together and the little girl come in there. So yeah, we got the glass out and started getting the energy up, and this girl came through. Found out her name was Nancy. She was 9 years old, and yeah, she had come to me for protection, and she'd followed me upstairs. So as the group were asking the questions with her, I'll just quickly point out, when we just use the glass, if you've seen that video, it's not like, it's very different to using a spirit board. Obviously the glass is acting like a planchette, but it's a very different way of working. With the glass, because there's no letters or words on the table, we'll just say, right, Joe Blogg's there, go to him for yes, go to me for no, and go to Karen Smith for maybe. So they've got directions to take that glass. So obviously we're doing the yes no thing, and as I say, the group, I asked a couple of questions because it was personal with me and the link with this girl, whether she'd follow me up and so on. So they were asking questions, and she, the lady in our group, asked if the little girl was stuck there, and she said yes. And sort of that point, it was like that group was like, where do we go from here? I said, well, basically, if you let me step in, I can take, if you let me step in and sort of take over this bit, we can help her move on. And that is what we did. So we ended up helping this poor little lady. You know, she got killed in front of her mum, and there was no one there to take her through when it happened. So yeah, we basically, I got everyone to start the process of opening the portal, and then we got this little lady to step through, and yeah, you know, it was a nice thing, you know, it was a positive thing to end the night on. But yeah, as I say, that is what happened Saturday night. Now I've got a small issue, because I thought I'd recorded it all, and I've got to put the content on my computer yesterday, and there wasn't anything there, which is really weird. I swear down I recorded it. So whether someone's, you know, spirit of mucked about with my camera, I don't know. Hopefully though, I think Rudy was also filming, so we should have a lot of it on Rudy's camera. How we'll work that one out, I don't know yet, but that's where we are. So yeah, that was Saturday night. It was a Ghost Hunters Pro night down in Guildhall in Sandwich. Very satisfying night, I would say. After, so that was Saturday, and then Sunday, back down to see the group in the park. You know, the stand in the park thing is still going on if anyone's interested. They want to talk to open-minded, like-minded individuals. Find your local stand in the park group and go down on a Sunday. Anyway, on the Sunday, Stella actually came along. I've not seen Stella for about 6 months. She basically went into hibernation for one reason, which I'm not going to discuss with you. And obviously, you know, with what's been going on with me, it sort of kept me otherwise engaged. But yeah, it was wonderful to reconnect with Stella, and she'll be getting back on board with a few things. So we're really looking forward to moving ahead now and getting some new work done. So yeah, you should expect to see Stella in the nearest future. We've got to work on that. But yeah, we'll keep you posted. There will be another live session. It'd be nice if I could get Stella on that again, because we haven't done anything for a little while. I think actually we've only done the one live session, which is off the cuff, where Stella done the readings and she was, and I sort of worked with her to do some as well, and that was by and large excellent. Works really well with each other. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm starting to get editing again. It is a long process, and I've got so much stuff, and also where I've left things for so long, I've got to try and remind myself when I go back into the computer what files are what, and that's going to be fun in itself. Right, anyway, I've waffled on enough. Just one more thing. Right, no, anyone that's a road user, please switch your bloody lights on. Alright, maybe daytime, but the road conditions are miserable, and as such it can be hard to see you if you ain't got your lights on. They're not just there for you to see where you're going, they're for other people to see you. But oh crumbs, he says. Oh dear, roadworks, bane of my life. Anyway, thanks very much everybody. Love and light. God bless every one of you. And yeah, there might be some extra content come up this week, we'll see. See you later. Bye bye.